Now then, welcome back to Budget Bangers, where I've got an opinion to share. And my opinion is the budget car market is dead at the minute. Absolutely dead. I've got a number of cars. They are all relatively cheap. The most expensive one I have is up for $16,950. And I ain't getting a sniff on any of them. We'll start with this one here. This is a 2008 Renault Twingo 1.1, 89,000 miles, full service history barring one stamp. MOT till January. It's had a load of the advisories done. It's had new dissing pads, new radiator, other bits and pieces. Really nice little car. I've even done a little bit of paint work at the top of the bonnet there around the badge because it had some lack appeal. And apart from when I first put this up, I haven't had a sniff. I had two people interested in it. All they were doing was messaging me about it and asking about it, and then they disappeared off the face of the earth. But again, this is a cracking little car. Condition wise, it's very good nick. You know, somebody's putting in an aftermarket stereo. It's even got Isofix seats in the front, which I've never seen in any car. It's only got 4 seats in it, which is probably why they've done that. But again, a little car like this, realistically, sticking 5 people in the back of a car like this isn't pleasant. The overall condition of it is very good. A nice spacious boot as well. It's missing the parcel shelf, but I'm sure we can forgive it for that. I just gave it a quick clean because it got a bit dirty. But yeah, $13,950, and I can't get anybody interested in it. So I had the thought, I wasn't planning on making a YouTube video, but I thought to myself, let's see what. 1 second, getting a phone call. Where was I? I had the idea of making a YouTube video and putting the question out to everybody else: is this market dead? You know, for $13,950, like pre-COVID and things like that, I would have had a queue of people for this. Whereas I'm struggling. I know there's a dealership around the corner from us that sells similar sort of stuff to me. He only gives a 30-day mechanical warranty, whereas I give a 3-month mechanical warranty supplied by another company. But he sells a similar sort of stuff to me, and yeah, he's having a hold of them a lot longer than what he usually would. There's a dealership I actually sometimes buy a lot of cars from for trade, and he's retiring in September. So yeah, and I know Lewis from Flipping Motors UK. I know seems to be holding on to them a bit longer. There's some he gets where they're quick and out the door, which I have that sometimes. You know, I had my little yellow Picanto with their 204,000 miler. I put that up for 600 quid. It had about 10-11 months MOT in it, and that just flew out. Whereas, you know, you're getting stuff like this, you would say people would want more, that he's struggling to hold on to. I'm struggling to get rid of, and I'm holding on to them. And then, you know, there's other people. There's, you know, my former employee, they sell cars. They've stopped selling cars from the premises, and even in terms of just, I think his son used to sell them on the side as well. He's struggling as well. So is there just something in the air? Is it the economy? I know a lot of people have had trouble getting insurance for cheap cars. I know insurance companies have actually outright refusing to insure some cars. I know there was a young lady I heard about that had a Seat Arosa, a 1 litre thing, perfect first car, was an 04. She had to sell it because no insurance company would cover for it because it just didn't have any value, which absolutely blows my mind. But we'll have a look around, see what I've got, see what you think. I'll try not to waffle on too much. And yeah, now I have got this, which I haven't advertised at the minute because it's still going through prep and it's in a sorry state at the minute. It's a Citroen C1, previous category C, 68,000 miles on it. I'm thinking this could be a couple of grand car, really. I know I've had it a while because it's been to the paint shop getting painted. It's had all passenger side painted, but this one will be going up. I won't show you around too much because it's a mess at the minute. It's just full of stuff, as you can tell. But this one I'm hoping will be quite an easy one because everybody's always after a C1. I know Car UK swears by them. You can't keep hold of them. So I think the recommended retail for this was 2.4. But obviously I've knocked a bit off because it's a category car, and I think at 20% roughly works out at about 2 grand. So it's a cracking little car once it's done. You know, I think it should sell. It's a C1, you know. I've seen these with a similar sort of mileage up for 3 grand. So I don't know whether the 2.3 is kind of already taken into account the fact that it's a write-off or not. I've also tried selling me Volvo S40 with no luck, so that's just got abandoned up there. So what else have we got? A 2006 Mitsubishi Colt, 1.1, cheap road tax, only £160. Full MOT with no advisories. I sold this to the previous owner last year. He only got rid of it because he saw something on my business page, which I will drop a link in the description down below. If you're in the northeast and you're looking for a cheap little runner, do drop me a message. Cracking little car this. Serviced it last year. It's only done 1,700 miles. Full MOT, no advisories. Look at all them stamps there. I think it goes all the way up to 2018. Then there's a gap, and then there's where I serviced it under my old business name. But again, cracking little car, 1195. Not a sniff on it. And I mean, I've not even had anybody message me, and it's been up for a week. You know, you don't even get the usual Facebook time wasters messaging anymore. 1195. That's a cracking car. 128,000 miles on it, which I think lets it down a little bit. And also on Facebook Marketplace, for the price that this is at, you can get newer, higher mileage cars. But get yourself on Facebook Marketplace, set the limit to £1,200. You will be shocked at some of the sheds you can get on there. I think I saw a Kia Rio for sale. No MOT. Check the MOT history. Wanted a subframe, wanted brakes, wanted 800 quid to a grand easy. I mean, spending money. They wanted £850 for it. And that car just wanted to go to the scrapyard, basically. It looked a nice clean car, low mileage, but it was done for. So yeah, not a sniff on that. Colts can be a little bit harder to sell because I think people would much rather it be a Vauxhall Corsa, but for the condition it's in, compare it to a Vauxhall Corsa with an 06 with 128,000 miles on it, you'll struggle to find them because they just don't live that long. This car here could quite easily do you for a good few years, even in terms of corrosion. When the MOT did, they actually said corrosion wise for an Asian car, it's pretty good. You know, like, you got your bit of surface corrosion, but let's be honest, I've seen worse on a 10-year-old car. So yeah, why isn't anybody interested in that? 3 months mechanical warranty, 12 months MOT, no advisories, good history. Service last year, but it's only done 1,700 miles, so you can't justify doing another service on it. Why isn't it selling? Why isn't anybody interested? I just do not know. It absolutely racks my brain. And then I've also got this, which I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't expect this to be selling quick. This is a 2004 Volvo C70 2 litre. It's a 5-cylinder. Sounds amazing. 122,000 mile on it, and just look at it. It looks fantastic. The condition wise, it is great. The only way you could really knock it, I've done a couple of dodgy touch-ins. You've got a little bit of rust starting to come through there. Other than that, it's fantastic. Everything works. Roof works, parking sensors work, heated seats, it's got them, they work. The only thing I don't think works is the air conditioning. But even there, look at them wheels. It's not long since I had new brakes. When I bought it, he'd been parked in a dealer's forecourt for 2 years. He was asking unrealistic amount of money for it. He was after £2,500. But he did sell it at some point. Got it MOT, did new disc and pads on it. Them disc and pads have only done 8 mile in 2 years. And they're actually still like new. It's had 2 new tyres on it, big service. It's had oil and filter, air filter, spark plugs and a fuel filter as well. It's had a load of fresh fuel because the fuel minging it ran lumpy as anything, which is why we ended up changing the fuel filter apart from the fact it was rusty. But everything works, just about, everything important that works. As I said, the air conditioning doesn't work. The only thing else, I put new wiper arms on it, but they don't wipe. I mean, if we're going to start criticising an old car for silly stuff like that, then I don't know what the world's coming to. But again, 1695. This is the most expensive car I have advertised at the minute. The only ones I have properly advertised is the Colt and the Twingo. I wasn't expecting this to sell. I did have people interested in it at the start. I had somebody from London interested in it. That whole deal sort of smelled a bit funny, if you get my drift. But I kind of got the feeling he was a bit of a trader because I saw his advert. His pictures were too good, and he was after an unrealistic amount of money for a part exchange on a Mini with 112,000 miles on. He was basically wanting 13. He wanted to give me his car plus £300 for that. So he was wanting 13,995 for a Mini that's probably worth 1,500 quid, 1,500 to 1,800 pound. And he was wanting to drive it up from London to pick this up. The whole deal just stunk a bit, but I couldn't do it. I actually offered him £1,000, which the trade value on that was 800. So I couldn't get that deal done because it was just unrealistic. But I wasn't expecting it to sell quick. But there's been loads of people looked at the adverts for this. Now I don't know whether the people have just been nosy because they're like, oh, look at that, that's a nice looking car. Let's have a little look around. One day we might be able to have something like that. There has been nearly 900 people viewed this on Facebook, and I think last time I checked, about 350 viewed it on Auto Trader. Somebody must be sat there surely thinking to themselves, right, yeah, I like that, I'm going to buy that and treat myself. Road tax is expensive at £415, but if you only use it for a summer car, for the 2 weeks we get sunshine, tax it for 6 months, pay £35 a month for 6 months. It's an I love it. I've done a bit of driving in it, and it's a fantastic little car. Well, I'm saying little car, it's not even a little car, but it's just fantastic. It sounds amazing. It drives in it for a convertible as well. It just drives so much nicer than any other convertible. Leather seats as well. A little bit worn, but 122,000 mile. You can expect it. Why isn't that selling? I have no idea. I would have thought there would have been some. I actually had somebody message me on it. We did a bit of back and forward. He was wanting to give me 1,300 quid. I said no, never in a million years. I said lowest I can go is £1,600. And he said, yeah, you know what, I can't even argue with it, it's such a nice car. And I said, yeah, it's great. You know, it's had a load of service work done to it and things like that. And then you just disappeared off the face of the earth. So I don't know what the crack was with that there, but yeah. I know why this isn't selling. It's quite simply, at best it does 30 miles to the gallon on a good run out. And the road tax and the insurance will be a fortune on it as well. So yeah, well, to be honest with you, if everything else sold and this stayed around, I would not complain too much at all. Yeah, got something else to go and have a look at, and then that's about it really. This is the last one I've got at the minute. This is a 2005 Nissan Micra. Actually, tell a lie, I do have a Citroen C3 that's away getting a clutch and an MOT and loads of work done to it, which I'm not expecting to see for a while. But I've got this Nissan Micra 1.2. Road tax is a little bit dearer on this one than the others. It's £210. It's in the process of getting prepped at the minute, so I have been swapping the radio over. It's all in bits because I need to get the adapter for the radio aerial. But I don't want to go ordering stuff for it when it's just going to sit here because I'm waiting for a logbook for it, which can be at best 3 weeks, at worst I've had 8 weeks. Just depends on whose desk it falls on at the time. But I have cleaned the inside out, so it's minging, absolutely minging. It's that bad. I have this little respirator mask for when I'm painting, with some nasty painting when I'm doing filler work and things like that, and then actually use this for cleaning out this car because the mould, it looked like it had something spilt down here because it was all sticky and mouldy and horrible. So I've gave that a clean and that looks fantastic. And on the back, I think they had kids and that was just manky and mouldy and horrible, but now it looks fantastic. Yeah, again, I was shocked at the value of these cars. This car itself, let me flip you around. This car itself, 75,000 miles, 2005. I've seen them going through the auction similar age and mileage, and the cap guides have been over £2,000. I don't see it. I just don't see it. This, at best, if I could get, if it was in pristine condition, it'd be a £1,500 car. I'm probably thinking this car is going to be, with a full year's MOT, 1395, possibly 1295. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, overall condition, it's all right. It's got a few little bumps and scrapes that I need to sort out, and the wheels aren't the best, but you're not going to refurb the wheels on an 05 car, are you? And you just want some tyres because that one's a bit squishy and a bit bald. But yeah, I'm interested to see how that one sells, because I'll be honest with you as well, these Micras, from my experience, are tough sellers. I don't know what it is about them, but they just stick around. I've probably made the mistake at the minute. I've got a lot of cars that are hard to sell. Twingos, they can be difficult to sell. Colts can be difficult. C70, although I've never sold one, it doesn't take a genius to work out that that's going to be hard to sell. And also a Micra, in my experience, they're a bit tougher to sell. They do sell. It's probably the best seller out of the lot, but they do tend to sell a bit slower, shall we say. But yeah, and that's what I've got in the minute. That's it for what I've got at the current moment in time. Obviously, all these three are advertising ready to go. If you are in the northeast and you are interested, as I said, I'll stick a link in the description for my business page on Facebook, Foster's Car Sales. Go on there, give us a follow if you're interested in something. Give us a shout. I have advertised my S40 on there as well. That's obviously a private sale, so that one wouldn't come with a warranty, but everything else comes with a basic mechanical warranty for 3 months from Warranties 2000. and I'd just like to hear your thoughts on it, quite simply, because it is, even before I had all these cars in, it was dead. Whereas I've had cars in for 2.5 grand. They have sold quick. I had a Ford Focus Titanium petrol. That sold within a day, and that was off £2,000. I do think people maybe rely a bit more on the little dial gauge that Auto Trades puts on, so I do think they rely on that a bit much. I just thought I'd get this opinion because I've been watching videos on YouTube. I watched a video from Shifting Metal yesterday that they just put on, where they were looking around a dealership, and they only tend to sell £10,000 cars, and they even said the cars you're getting for £1,500, they're rubbish. Whereas these cars, they're not rubbish. They're good cars, good, reliable, dependable cars. Yeah, they're probably going to be a bit more problematic, but in my experience, something like these here are not going to be any more problematic than a £10,000 BMW or £10,000 Mercedes, because they are problematic cars. The only problem is with this is something serious goes wrong. The most likely option is that it's not going to be economical to repair. And I know Joe himself from Shifting Metal, he does not sell cars for less than £5,000 because they're just not worth the time. Is it because there's not enough margin in, or is it because, quite simply, the market just isn't there as much? I do not know. And I know James from Chops Garage, I watched one of his videos recently, but he always goes on that a £2,000 car is not worth the time of a dealer, which I can see where he's coming from. But is that quite simply down to the fact, again, the market just isn't there as much anymore? Please give me your thoughts and drop it down in the comments, because I'm at a loss for words at the minute. Why these cars aren't selling is beyond me. Maybe I can understand the C70 a bit more, but even still, it's a fantastic car. Even when there was like the sun was out, I was half expecting there to be somebody's wife out there having a word with her husband saying, I've always fancied a convertible. And even in the world of convertibles, at $16,995, that is cheap. I think the cheapest one I found was for £1,000, and that was spares repair. So yeah, drop your thoughts in the comments. If you do like this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We're very close to 1,000 subscribers, so I would really appreciate that, and hit that thumbs up. It all helps the channel in some mystical way with the analytics and YouTubey things. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.